Well, I've lost the chat. Oh well. I've lost the comment section, so I'm trying to figure that one out for a minute. Well, it's gone. I can't see anything you guys write. That stinks. I wonder if I like went away and came back if it would go, but if I go away, I don't know how to restart this. Well, I'm just gonna read for a little bit and then hope that figure out the comment section in a minute. Okay. Oh, let's see if I can get the comments on my phone actually. Hi, someone else just joined. I'm trying to figure out comments right now. Okay, cool. So I have comments on my phone. I don't have comments on my computer, but we're gonna start reading now. So if you guys send me anything, I'll be looking here, unfortunately, not at the screen. Hopefully that will be okay for the time being. So I think I'm gonna start out with a short sprint because I just wanna make sure this is working and going all right. And then once I know it's going, we can do a little bit more chatting. So, hi everyone. Um, let's see, maybe let's do like 15 minutes and then we'll come back and do some chatting, okay? I'm gonna have a timer here, but let's see if I can get it where you can see me and the timer. Um, cool. Okay. Let's let's go for 15 minutes. There you go. Oh, hi guys. Oh, I see you've been talking to me. Okay, so if you just got here, I somehow lost the comment section on my computer. So if you see me on my phone, I'm reading the comments. So hi everyone. I just decided to start off with like a quick sprint because I knew people were coming and we're going to be a few minutes late, and I didn't want to just sit here. So, hello, welcome. What are you all reading tonight? I am currently in the middle of like three books, but at the moment I am reading Book of Night. It's the new Holly Black book that like just came out. I think now it's been out for like 2 weeks. I'm having mixed thoughts about it. I'm 30% through. It reminds me an absolute lot of Ninth House, but also a lot of Crescent City. And I kind of had very like different opinions on those two books. So this one is slow so far, but I'm getting through it. I'm getting through it. So eating Chipotle? Oh, that sounds really, really good. I was going to make tacos tonight for dinner, and then I realized, I didn't have anything to do that, so I had pizza instead, which was actually very delicious. Yeah, Aria, I don't know, I'll have to tell you how, Book of Night goes the rest of the way, but so far, I'm not sold on it, but also, like, I know telling you that you're not gonna stop from reading something anyways. Yes, okay, you need to start Watch Over Me. I'm really excited about you starting that one. Yeah, I did all of my planning this morning for Instagram and TikTok so that tonight I wouldn't have to even think about it. I've started like just this month starting to plan them out like a week in advance. So like on Fridays I plan out for the next coming week everything that I'm going to post, and it's super helpful. I don't know why I didn't start doing this sooner. I'm a very basic person. I basically either have cheese or pepperoni. Tonight was pepperoni. So, that's my favorite. It was really good. It was just like a frozen pizza. It was nothing special. Yeah, okay. So I'm really hoping with Book of Night. So I'm at page 102. I'm literally like starting chapter 13 as we speak. And I get the feeling that it's going to get better, but I feel like I've been saying that since I started it, and it's not getting better. It's like not a bad book. It's just kind of boring. And I feel like so a lot of the chapters, it's one chapter is like current day, the next chapter is in the past. And I'm definitely like more hooked into one of the timelines than the other. So whenever I go into the timeline I'm not interested in, I'm like, can we please go back to the one that I actually care about? So I'm gonna be finishing it. There's like no part of me that wants to DNF it. I will be finishing it. That is a lot of photos to take. Um, I liked Ninth House Aria, so I don't know if you liked it. I think I either rated it a, I think I rated it a 4.5. To be fair, I I don't rate Lee Bardugo low, and I I know that I should sometimes, but it's hard. Um, We Are Okay. So yeah, you read that recently, or you told me about it recently, and I know I need to read it. So it's definitely on my list. The issue I had with Ninth House is, and it's been a while since I've read it. It's been like 2 years since I've read it, so I'm not gonna remember the name. But the like character that I cared about like was barely in Ninth House. So I'm hoping in book two that'll change. Oh, no, you're getting sick? Someone at my work is sick, and I'm super nervous because she sits next to me that I'm gonna catch whatever she has because, she keeps coming into my area even though I'm like, "Hi, you need to leave, you're sick," like, and then I, like, clean my desk and everything, she's just not listening to me, and, like, ma'am, we just went through, like, a global pandemic, like, you think you would have learned by now, but nope. So, I am doing everything I can to not get sick, but apparently, you have to wait for other people to, make good decisions too. Oh my goodness, you took 185 photos, but you're not posting 185. You're posting, like, what is that for, like, 1 week, 2 week, a month, 3 years? Like, how long will those photos last you? Oh, yeah, okay, so if you teach kids absolutely, if you're around kids at all, like, you're sick almost all the time. They're always sick. It's crazy. My nephew who's 3, always sick, always has a runny nose, and always wants to be, like, rubbing his gross hands on me, and so, yeah, yeah. Okay, 2 weeks, that's good. Cool. Well, this was a nice chat. Do you guys want to do, like, a long sprint or a short one? How are you feeling? I'm thinking, like, short, maybe 20 minutes long, maybe 40, 45 minutes. Um, let's see. I don't think I can do polls while I'm here, so you'll just have to tell me if you're feeling one way or the other. Yeah, okay, so I do photography sometimes for work too, and it's ridiculous. I'll get 3 photos by the end, and I'll have taken over 100 pictures. I totally understand that. And, like, they're all, like, slightly different photos of exactly the same thing. Okay, I'm seeing 40. Cool. Oh, yeah, and if I get bored with, Book of Night, I was about to call it Ninth House, I will be picking up the Atlas 6. This isn't the edition I'm reading right now. I'm reading both editions of the Atlas 6 for a video that's coming out on Monday, and I have finished the original edition, and I'm working my way through the new edition because they are, like, slightly different. So I have, like, 50, 60 pages of this left, but I really need to, like, set that down for a little bit. So if you see me switching, though, that's what I'm reading. But for the time being, it's Book of Nights. So, okay, I'm seeing 45 minutes. So I'm gonna put 45 minutes on. Okay. So I have the timer here, but it goes off after 5 minutes, so I'll try to keep the screen on so you guys can see, like, how much time we have left. But, it's looking like 45 minutes. What, that's gonna be a little bit after 8. So, just so you all know, okay, I'm gonna start the time now. If you need me, I'll try to check the comments every once in a while too. Hi. Okay, I see some people have joined. Hello, welcome. Joe, I don't know if you're still here, but I hope you're having fun at Home Depot. Um, Kayla, hi, I'm glad you're here too. And John, fun fact, so I finished the Atlas 6. I'm rereading it at the moment, and I'm rereading the new edition because I wanted to see how different they were going to be from each other, and I rated it the first time 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. It's a new favorite of mine of all time. Absolutely obsessed. I totally get not loving it though. It's a very weird book, I guess is the right way to describe it. But I don't know, I just loved it. I thought it was so fantastic. And I can definitely say, like, I'll be doing a video on Monday talking about the differences between the 2 editions, but I can say without a doubt that there definitely are differences and that the new edition, so this one, the one that's in hardback right now, is like more traditional. Like there's not a lot of differences. If you've read one, you really don't need to read the other one, but there's enough difference that like I can tell that this was published independently and that this was published by Tor by like a major publishing house. It's enough that like it's noticeable to me. So, anyways, hi, welcome everyone who is new or is back. I am actually not reading that at the moment. I'm reading Book of Night, which I'm not loving, but I'm making my way through it. And in case you're new, don't have comments on the screen, so I'm looking at my phone to talk to you all. So, how did that sprint go? How are you guys feeling right now? I did pretty well. This book is a slow read, so it takes me like a few minutes to read every single page, but I think I got through like 20 pages. So that's not bad. Let's see. Where did I said I left off at chapter 13 last time we were talking. Uh okay, so I read 31 pages. Dinner, what did you have? Was it good? Oh, true crime book. So, my audiobook right now is Gone Girl. I had a really weird week and I basically read 3 Gillian Flynn books in 3 days. I read Sharp Objects 3 days ago, and then I read Dark Places 2 days ago, and then yesterday and today I've been reading Gone Girl, and I'm probably gonna finish it up tomorrow. It's been a weird week. Yeah, anyways. Yeah, I know. I'm really sad I'm not enjoying it because this was one of my most, like sorry, that was loud. This is one of my most anticipated releases of the year. So but I'm not even surprised at this point. Almost all of my most anticipated reads of the year have been a 2-star or less. I think there's been, like, 1 that was a 4-star so far. So there's still a lot more to go. But, this one I don't know. I don't even know, like, what I'm gonna rate it at this point. I'm barely, like, 30% through it. It's just not doing it for me, and it's interesting because 'cause I'm seeing other people reading it and, like, kind of feeling similarly. I think Holly Black, like, did something that people weren't ready for, and, like, yeah, it's different than The Cruel Prince. I can get behind different from The Cruel Prince. It's just kind of boring. Ooh, coffee and toast. Yeah, I'm, like, getting ready for bed, and you're getting ready for the day. I love, time changes and, like, being in different parts of the world. One of my really good friends lives in Shanghai, so for me, we're exactly 12 hours apart. So, like, when I'm getting ready for bed, he's waking up for the day, and it's really fun. Yeah, Dark Places. Okay, what did you think of Dark Places? Because like, started out being like, "Yeah, I'm really into this," and then as the book went on, I was like, "I'm not liking this as much as I thought," and I absolutely hated the ending, like, really, really hated the ending, you know, the, like, whodunit. I'll be talking about it in my wrap up, spoiler free, of course, at the end of the month, but, like, I just could not get behind what she did there. I actually so far I can say Sharp Objects is my favorite of the 3 that I have been reading, but I am, like, 45% through Gone Girl, and I've heard that it gets better in the second half, so I'm really excited about that. Oh, I didn't know that, Joe. Yeah, my best friend grew up there, but is not from there. They are from England, so very different from your story. The author of Dark Places is Gillian Flynn. She's like a mystery thriller writer. That's good. So I listened to all 3 of them. I didn't read any of them physically. I don't like reading thrillers or horror or mysteries physically. I like listening to them because then I feel like I'm getting told about whatever, like, crazy thing is going on, and I did also consume it, like, very fast. I was kind of shocked how fast I consumed it. Um, yeah, yeah, I just that ending, like, I'm sure you remember what the ending is. Yeah, so Dark Places is like it's like a crime thriller. It's about this woman who her whole entire family was, like, brutally murdered when she was a very small child, and so it's like the 25-year anniversary, and she's running out of money and running out of hope, and she basically gets paid by this, like, fanatic group to investigate the murders because that group doesn't believe the person who was convicted is actually the correct murderer, but she believes that that is the correct murder, but she needs money. So she's, like, starting to investigate all of these things and figure things out and starting to just realize that things, like, don't totally make sense, and it's an interesting idea. Definitely liked a lot of the journey of it. Okay, favorite book of all time? Ooh, this one's always hard. So I have a top 3 favorite books of all time, and I have a hard time putting them into any order. So I'll tell you the 3, and I don't know if I can pick which one will be in the top, but the top 3, The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. I freaking love that book, and I've read it a few times now, and it's just beautifully written, and I really love how whimsical and, like, non-linear it is. And then, Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson, that is just like if you want a really good epic high fantasy, I personally think that that is one of the best. Absolutely phenomenal. And it's not a standalone. He's going to be writing a sequel soon, but it is like its own condensed story. So you can read it without reading anything else that he's ever written. And then the third one is Vicious by V. Schwab, which if I had to choose would probably be my first pick out of the 3. I love Vicious. I was reading it every single year since I first read it, but, last year I did not reread it for the first time since my freshman year of college, which was in 2015, 2016. So, I had read it, like, 5 or 6 times, and then last year I was just, like, not feeling it, but I'm definitely gonna be rereading it this year. I love that book, like, so much. I love Victor and Eli, and I think they're great, and I think it's really interesting that when I look at, the books in my favorites list, that a lot of them are, not like Warbreaker, of course, is, like, high epic, very stereotypical fantasy, but Starless Sea and Vicious are, like, not, and I just love that. I'm so sorry, Joe. I don't know what book. Were you talking about Dark Places? Probably you were talking about Dark Places. Um, yeah, Tahira, you need to stop putting off Vicious because yeah, we've talked about this because I refuse to read your favorite book, and you're gonna refuse to read mine for a really long time. Okay, I'm terrified of War and Peace because it's this thick. I've seen the movie for Gone with the Wind, but I was, like, a small child when I watched it, so it was definitely not the right time in my life to watch it, because I, like, didn't have the patience to get through it, and I've actually never heard of North and South. You'll have to tell me, like, what kind of book that is. Yes, Dark Places, okay. So Vengeful is, like, really divisive. I love it pretty much just as much as Vicious, not quite as much, but pretty much just as much, and I'm really excited for the 3rd one whenever that comes out, but a lot of people don't like Vengeful, And I understand, like, it's not quite the same as the first book. It doesn't have, like, whatever that magical spark is quite as much, but I think she did, like, a really good job with it, and I liked how she broadened the world, and we got to see a little bit more of other people just besides Victor and Eli. Um, yeah. Oh, to get to, so you haven't read any of V.E. Schwab yet, or you've read some of them? I've read the Darker Shade of Magic trilogy, which when the first time I read it, I loved, and the second time I read it, I loved book 2 and kind of tolerated book 1 and 3. So that was kind of a weird experience for me, and then I've loved Vicious, like, since I read it, and I tried to read some of her middle grade, but I'm just not into middle grade that much, so I didn't get through it very well. Uh, but she is a beautiful writer and does like she knows what she's doing for sure. And now she's writing Threads of Power, which is going to be a continuation of Darker Shade of Magic. I think we're going to be following. Actually, I don't even want to tell you who I think we're going to be following because I think that if I tell you who it is, it could spoil things for book 3 because I think something happens in book 3 where you think that character dies. But I'm not gonna say anything more. But I'm really excited about Threads of Power, and she's been talking about it recently on Instagram. Actually, she's been talking about lots of stuff on Instagram recently, unrelated, but she very, very recently, like this week, posted about Threads of Power and how it's like going to be coming up very shortly. So I'm ready. I'm ready for it. Um, I'm gonna take a sip of water, and if no one says anything else, we're gonna read some more. Oh, um, new people, hi. Let me know what you're reading and tell me if you're enjoying it or not, because I hope you're enjoying your book. And one more time, I will say I'm reading Book of Night and I'm not enjoying myself. Like, it's not horrible, it's just there. Anything else? That doesn't help me. Are you saying that's what you're reading? Is that the name of a book? Are you doing Wait, are you reading I know what you're reading. You're not reading this edition though. Are you ma'am? Ma'am? Tell me. You have to legally tell me. Okay, I know Stephen King has written a lot of books, but hearing that he's written more than 63 books just sounds ridiculous. I've read quite a few. I did some of his short story collections, which I actually really enjoyed. I don't normally like short stories, but his were quite good. I've read Salem's Lot, which I did not like, but my favorites are Pet Cemetery, The Outsiders, and It. I actually read It with some of the people in this chat, so that's really fun. Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. I really wanna read Last Night at the Telegraph Club. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm, like, nervous about it for some reason. I don't know why. It sounds like such a good book, but I, like, just never pick it up. It's on my list, though, so I'm glad you're liking it a lot. Okay, you're reading Penelope Doug that can't be the book's name, Joe. Did you get confused there? Did Penelope Douglas write a book called Penelope Douglas? Is that a real thing? That can't be real. Oh, you're in the car, so you're coming home from Home Depot? I love Home Depot. That used to like, no joke, that used to be my favorite place as a child. Like, I know that's weird. Children should not, like, be obsessed with Home Depot, but I was. Birthday girl, that makes sense. Yeah, I've heard some really interesting things about Penelope Douglas. I've not read one of her books yet, but we'll see, maybe one day. Yeah, you're fine. So do you guys wanna read for another 45 minutes, or do you wanna read for a shorter amount of time? Um, Okay, so I'm not alone in the Home Depot thing. It's a fabulous place. Oh, secondhand see, I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't feel secondhand embarrassment. I'll be reading a book and I'll be like, "Haha, that sucks." But I know it's, like, super common for people to feel that, so sometimes I'll be reading and I'm like, "Yeah, I feel like I should be feeling secondhand embarrassment right now, but I don't." If you get secondhand embarrassment, Warbreaker is a good one to, like, feel it in. There are a few scenes where you'll definitely feel it. Okay, but in Home Depot, the lights section, oh my god, it's like a fairy realm. It's so beautiful. Another half hour? Yeah, 30 minutes actually sounds good, because then that'll put us right at 9, and we can see how we're feeling then. I'm feeling pretty good. I actually, had caffeine. Yes, I wish you had Home Depot too, because it's one of those places that, like, you can't really explain. It's just a magical place where all they sell is, like, home improvement stuff. It's really not that great, but it is also amazing. Okay, um, we're gonna get started on the next 30 minutes in just a second. It's supposed to storm here too soon, so you might be hearing some thunder and rain shortly in this next sprint. We'll see. It was storming like right before I got on with you guys and then it stopped, so we're fortunate enough. Oh yeah, and my nails, I don't know if you guys can hear that. Sorry. I don't even realize I'm doing it a lot of the times, but my nails are still on from the wedding, so I'll do the thing that Dolly Parton does. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, well, it's 8:30 exactly, so I'm going to start the timer, and we're gonna read for another 30 minutes, and I'm excited to see what happens in this part. Get ready. Hi, guys. Let me say hello to you. How did you all do? I read just over 20 pages. So not bad. There we go. Now I can see you all. I really got to figure out why I don't have the chat on my computer. It was here when I first logged in, and then I was trying to set things up and it went away, and I have no clue how to get it back. I've clicked every button on the screen and it's not coming back. But good thing I thought of my phone because otherwise I would not be able to talk to you all. Yes, I would like to concur that Atlas 6 is so good, bro. Absolutely fantastic. It's in I'm not even regretting saying this. It's in my top 5 favorite books of all time. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. Yes. Hopefully next time that we do this though, I can just have the chat on the screen because that'd be really nice because I feel like my phone is gonna die at any moment and then I won't be able to speak to you. But actually let me check. Okay, good. We have enough charge to keep going. Okay, so you read about 1%. Oh, 40-minute chapters? I do not like that. That's really long. But 1%, I mean, you can figure out however long the book is. Like, if you know the book is 300 pages, 1% is 3 pages. But maybe you don't like math. Um, Guild, also fantastic book. I love it. Um, Raven Kennedy announced on Instagram today, not only is it going to be released in the UK, but they're also going to release the paperback covers that are out, the like and gray ones. They're going to be releasing those in hardback shortly, which I do not need. I do not need 2 editions of those books, but those books are so good, and I definitely was tempted to buy them. Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. Math is too much work for you. It's okay. 1%. Did you start at the beginning with us, or did you? Because I know you were getting back from the best place in the world. Yeah. Okay. So when I read the Plated Prisoner series, I like went into it with very low expectations. I feel like with fantasy romance, it's like the best way to do it. Like you're there for the ride. You're not there for like the best literature of all time. And I also was very shocked with Guild. Like I loved it. And then I read book 2 and 3 pretty much back to back, and I loved all 3 of them. And I cannot wait for Glow to come out. Like I am so excited for Glow. I've been contemplating like rereading all 3 of them for Glow. Now it's not going to be coming out until June 18th, I believe is what she said. So like I have some time, but also like I have plenty of other books that I need to be reading. So I don't need to be rereading those. Okay, so yeah, you didn't read for the full time with us. That makes sense. Yeah. Similar to, Sarah J. Maas, definitely. But I personally hate a lot of Sarah's characters. Like, they just irritate me, and I don't feel that way with Raven Kennedy. I really need to read something else by her because I loved Guild, and I haven't picked up anything else by her. If anyone else has read anything else by Raven Kennedy and they can tell me, like, what would be good for me to pick up next, please let me know. Yeah, no, okay, so here's the thing with Atlas 6. I loved it. Like I said, it's probably my top 5 favorite books of all time. Absolutely fantastic. But I also can fully understand why someone would not like it. Like there are books I have read where I'm like, this is amazing. I don't get why anyone would dislike this. But I get it with Atlas 6. Like it was not like a straightforward, easy to understand book. She didn't do like an amazing job of explaining everything or talking about things or even like describing places or characters. But there was something about it that was like when you eat the puppy chow at Christmas and like you can't stop. It is just so good. And I'm obsessed with anything that has to do with space or time. So this book kind of deals a little bit with both of those, and so I was there for it. But I very much understand not liking this book, very much. The language is also like kind of hard. Like I actually picked it up a year ago and I only read the prologue and I was like, what the heck kind of language is this? And I put it down for a year and then I just picked it up now because I'm trying to get through all of my owned books that I've owned for more than a year. And this was the one I'd owned the longest. And I loved it. So, also, it could be timing. I think a lot of books, it kind of comes down to timing. Okay, Delaney, yeah, so I've been talking about this with people, so I'm reading both editions. So I just finished this up last week. This is the old indie published one, and I'm currently reading the new Tor published one. I have let's see how many pages I have left. I have about 60 pages left, and I don't know how well you can see it, but all of the tabs are things that are different from the first edition. And I'm going to be having a video coming out on Monday where I talk about like all of these differences and whether or not I think you need to read like if you read this one and you're going into the second book, whether or not I think you need to read this edition or not. I'll give you a hint right now where I'm at. I think you don't need to, but there's definitely some differences between the two editions, and I think it was interesting enough to, like, read the 2 of them to see the differences that if it's something you're interested in doing, like, I highly recommend doing it. It was really fun. Yes. I'd love to do another sprint. I'm still going. I had some caffeine around 5, and I don't normally drink caffeine, so my body is ready to keep going. Hi, I'm glad you were taking care of your baby, though. That's very important. Hopefully, they are down to sleep so you can just sit and read or do whatever you want to be doing, crafts or productivity related things. Yes. Oh, okay. I really wanna try the audio for the Atlas 6. I can't. So, as I said, I just read the 1st edition, and now I'm reading the 2nd edition. I have 60 pages left, but there's a part of me that instantly wants to pick up the audiobook and try that out. I haven't tried any of the audio out, so I'm curious how like, are there gonna be more than 1 narrator? Like, is it going to be like a full cast? Like, how is it done? But it's definitely something I would pick up because I think this book would be really beautiful read to me and maybe in the future, but I can't do it right now. Like I can't read the Atlas 6 3 times in the month of May. That just that feels like too many times. Oh, good night. Have fun. I'm glad you joined. Thank you for joining. Okay, yeah. So, Joe, I got the indie published one, like I said, over a year ago, and I saw it online within the last week for $150. I It's gonna be the same thing with, like, ACOTAR, where if you can find the original editions, like, they are expensive, but I will be telling you that I will never give up my original edition, that in my personal opinion, this one is the better edition, like, the more enjoyable edition to read. I think that this edition makes more sense to read, but if you're willing to just be, like, lost and confused for a while, this edition is so much more enjoyable to read. And I also let's see if I can find them. So there are like these illustrations throughout. And when I was reading this edition, I was like so into the book that I was like coloring them in with my highlighter because I highlighted a lot of things too. And what's really interesting is so you can see I was like highlighting as I was going. A lot of the lines I highlighted in this edition are not in that edition, and I don't know why she took them out. Like, there are certain things I understand why she changed them, but there are some lines she took out, and I'm like very lost as to why she would have removed them. Like, I think they added to the story. I think they were beautifully written. I don't know why she removed them. Yeah, so I totally understand. I also have a hard time with hyped things. I find they let me down. Like a lot of times people are over there like, "Oh my god, this is so amazing." And then you get to it and you're like, "Eh." So I was also very nervous to try the Atlas 6, and I was lucky that it worked for me. It might not work for you. It doesn't have, like, I was shocked. It only has, like, a 3.8, 3.9 on Goodreads. I definitely thought from what I had heard that it would be higher, but I loved it, so hopefully you can get your hands on it and love it as well. Oh, absolutely. If it is a full cast, I need to listen to it. I might be reading the Atlas 6 3 times in May. If it's a full cast, I know my library has it, so if I can get my hands on it, I might be listening to it shortly. That's ridiculous, right? That's too many times. It's too many times. Yeah, so I'm, like, back to the ACOTAR thing. I am in, like, the small minority of people who absolutely hate the first editions. It's like I didn't read ACOTAR until I believe it was last year. It was either last year or yeah, it was last Easter I read them. Um, and I hate the illustrate like, the ones with, like, the girl on the cover. I I could explain why, but I won't bother. And so that's why I like one reason why I never read them is because I just thought the covers were awful. So when they re-released them and had like the graphic covers, I was like, yes, I love these. And then every single person online was like, those are horrible. Now the old editions are going to be worth way more. And I was like, good thing I like these editions because otherwise I would never get those other editions. Page count difference. So this one is 380 pages, and this one is 377. Yes, I have those numbers memorized because I am like working on the video script right now. So like I have a lot of those numbers memorized. I also am like checking chapter things and like margins and leading and kerning and font. Like I'm talking about all of the differences between the two editions. The illustrations are actually different too, which is really interesting. Um, I'll just show you guys one, and again, I colored on these. So this is the first illustration you get in the old edition, and then this is the first illustration that you get in the new edition. So they're like very different. This one has end pages, which I really love, absolutely love them, and then it also has, of course, the front cover is gold. I don't have the cover down here or the dust jacket down here with me, but it also has this, which the first edition does not have. But other than that, they're pretty similar, like made up, but there are like a few less pages in this one. Oh, good, Joe. I'm glad I'm not alone because I love them. And I heard someone on TikTok was doing like worst covers ever, and they had A Court of Silver Flames on their list, and they're like making fun of it. And I was like, that is absolutely one of my favorite covers of all time. And now with the new black and gray paperbacks, like it's so pretty. It's so pretty. And just from like a personal like graphic design point of view, like I am a graphic designer and illustrator, and of course, like style and interest are different for every single person. They're objective, but like from my point of view, I think they're so much better covers. Oh, you have the okay. Anything Illumicrate does is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Like their sprayed edges, to die for, to die for. Yes, the black one coming out. When she released it, at first I thought she was talking about Ninth House. It looks so similar to the cover of Ninth House, and it's not Ninth House, but yes. I think we should start a petition though that like all books should be like black and white or like black and silver or black and gold. All books from now on. That's it. That's the only options authors are allowed because it would look so good. If you haven't read Agatar at this point, honestly, like it's up to you. But I feel like if you've gone this long, like you might as well not do it. Right? Okay, well, I'm definitely ready to do another sprint. I'm thinking maybe we'll do like another long one and then I will probably be tired. We'll have to see how I'm feeling at the end of it though. So let's see. Let's do like another 45 no, let's do 40 minutes. Because that'll put us right before 10 p.m. I am officially at page 157. So I've broken the halfway point. I don't know if you guys were paying attention, but something shocking did happen at one point, and I like gasped. And I'm so sorry if I scared any of you. But it's been the only chapter so far where I've been like, heck yeah, let's go. So I hope you all have your books. I hope you all have some water. Stay hydrated. But we are going to get started, and 40 minutes. I will see you all at like 9 my time, of course. Well, that's time. How'd you all do? I flat out don't remember where I was at the beginning of this sprint, but since the beginning of this evening, I have read 90 pages. Pretty good. Oh, Joe, you said you finished your chapter and then there was another long chapter. Oh, dang. Yeah, I hate long chapters. Um, absolutely. When I open a book and the chapters are more than like 10, 15 pages, I'm like, what are you expecting me to do? Read this? Um, you have 70 pages left? Absolutely. Um, I can't remember if you said you've read it so far or not, Delaney, but if you haven't, I'm pretty sure I remember it has a cliffhanger at the end. So just get ready for that. Hopefully you have book two. Yeah, long chapters make me not want to read either. Absolutely. You need to finish it. It has a good ending. I liked the ending. I'm very picky. Yes. Yes, fix that ASAP. My I only have one bookstore where I live in my town. It's a very small town. It's just a Barnes and Noble, so they don't carry it. So I had to order all of mine on Amazon. So I was like, please just get here as fast as possible. Oh, good. Halfway point. I past the halfway point. I'm really close to the 60% mark. So that's good. I might just because I'm like 15 pages away, I might just finish it up after we go. And then I'm gonna be falling asleep pretty shortly. Yeah, because I have one more chapter until I'm at page 200, which will feel nice. How are you all feeling about your books? I definitely feel more into this now, but I'm still not loving it. I will say though, while I'm not loving this book, Holly Black's writing is beautiful. Like the way she just puts words together is just very well done. It just so happens to be that the words, while beautiful, are quite boring. I hate that. I hate that so much. I don't think I ever told you guys what this book is about either. Okay, Matt, but you're also like just starting that book, aren't you, Joe? So maybe it'll pick up. Absolutely. Yes. Read whatever you need. If it's fluff, fully support that. Oh, but it's the beginning of a romance book, Joe. So they're probably gonna change who's the current relationship. Oh, Delaney, you finished Book of Night a few days ago. What'd you think about it? I'm gonna try to finish it up this weekend, probably by Sunday, to be honest, because I'm a little bit busy tomorrow. And I don't know. I have no clue what I'm gonna rate it, but it will not be higher than a 3 star. Like it's beautiful and I don't hate the characters, but I like every page I'm like, I am bored. I'm so bored and I don't know why. Yes, easy reads. Absolutely. I'm having a slow month this month, so I am all about just easy reads. 11% through. That's that's pretty good. I don't know why. I always feel so accomplished when I hit 10% through a book. Like, yeah, I've done it. I only have to do that 9 more times now. Oh, so there is gonna be a sequel. Okay, okay, so we're talking about Book of Night again. Um, I feel like I'm probably gonna rate it a 2.5 as well because it's like nothing about it is bad, but like nothing about it is like good. Um, but I thought it was a standalone. So I'm very like, oh, there's gonna be a sequel. Makes me nervous about the ending because I was also like wondering how they were gonna wrap up everything and I have 115 pages left. Like the story really hasn't even really started yet. Um, where I'm at with no spoilers, our main character Charlie like has just been tasked to go find the Book of Night by Salt. So like yeah, like, how have I read 185 pages and that is just now happening? Anyways. Yeah, I did laugh at one point, so I had a few feelings too, but overall, it's just I don't know, it's 300 pages, how is it this slow of a book? Okay, interesting. Okay, while we're sitting here, I'm gonna pull it up on Goodreads and see, like, and you know what, Goodreads could be lying to us. But I wanna see what Goodreads, says about it, because like, I would be shocked if she wrote a book that wasn't in a series, to be honest. Yeah, I also when I got the book in the so I pre-ordered Book of Night. I was, like, very excited for it. I really enjoyed the Cruel Prince. So when I got it in the mail and it was this small, it's, like, almost exactly 300 pages. I was very shocked. I also expected it to be, like, 600, definitely more than 500 pages. I don't know why she wrote something this short. I don't know. Maybe she'll talk about it one day. So, yeah, on Goodreads right now, and right, like, it could be not updated. It doesn't have a series listed, so maybe she will be writing companion books. I will have to, finish this and let you know. What I'm thinking, at this point, I wouldn't read a sequel, but if there's a big enough cliffhanger at the end, like, it could change my mind. I feel like it has potential. Like, I would read more adult books written by Holly Black. Um, I just it I don't know. It was a good starting point, I guess, but it's just not what everyone was expecting from her, I don't think. Okay, well, that's gonna be it for sprinting, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I definitely want to do some more sprints coming up more regularly. I don't know if exactly I want to do like weekly or monthly or what. So if you guys have like any suggestions, that'd be great. And I also definitely want to have some people join me over the course of forever, the next few months, the next year, whatever, however long I'm sprinting. So if you guys have any suggestions or if you want to join me at any point, feel free to message me. I'd love to have a friend, but this was fun. I hope you all are going to have a good night, good day, wherever you're at. Um, but I will be talking to you all on Monday. Bye.